What Happens in the Woods is a true crime podcast. We discuss events that are often violent in nature. Listeners' discretion is advised.
Welcome to WTF Wednesday, half an hour of true crime stories. It's the finest in fuckery. Now here is your host, Jess, with true crime stories that'll make you say, what the fuck?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up? You're joining us for another What the Fuck Wednesday here at What Happens in the Woods. It's a family affair today. We got everybody.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for tuning in to hear us talk about nonsense and crazy crime cases. Well, we're going to try to have fun with this one.
Oh, no.
With us, because they started with us, they got to finish with us. Mara and Olivia are back.
What's up? I would like to thank my parents.
Thank your father.
Hello.
He made all this possible.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm excited. It's the first time I get to use 4 mics.
I'm happy for you.
This is like the first episode I've done with both you and Dad. It's usually just been you, me, and Mara.
It's special. This is special. Okay. All right. So things are going to shift gears this week in order for us to prepare for our 3rd season of the regular podcast. That is going to begin on Friday, April 2nd. So keep that in mind, everybody. We're going to be back for the normal, longer episodes, 1st and 3rd Fridays of the month. And if anybody has any case recommendations or has a story to share, we would love for you guys to share it with us. So email us at whitwpodcast@gmail.com or, of course, anywhere on social media. So we want to hear from you guys. Let us know what you think, what you want, what you got. We'll take it. All right. Are we ready?
Are we?
No.
Are we?
Buckle up.
All right, let's get into the fuckery. So our first story is out of Pacolet, South Carolina, where remains were found in the wall of a home during renovations. And it's crazy. This is going to be an ongoing one. So the homeowners were opening up a wall. They were trying to do some renovations. They found a cloth wrapped around what they later found out was fetal remains, so a baby.
Excuse me?
I know. Authorities were called in, of course, and the remains have been given over to the forensic anthropologist for the county to see what they could figure out. They have no leading information at all. The blanket was just a blanket. There's no details there. No, there's just no information.
Not even like past owners.
Well, so they're going to, of course, go through all of that. The house was built in 1915, so there's definitely been a history of ownership.
Just a couple.
Yeah. DNA may be able to be gathered, but because of the age of the remains, they're not sure if they would be able to get any from the bones, or there's really no other way to get it. So they didn't really comment on the state of the bones, but other than saying that they're going to go through and categorize everything and see what they have as far as, is it a full skeletal remains or not. They're going to do a shit ton of tests, I'm sure, and to see if they can gauge what time period the bones might be from, the remains might be from. And, of course, go through all the deed records for home ownership. So this was just reported just after January 1st this year. So it literally just happened. So they said it was going to take months to get any information, and that if they suspect the baby was, had died of foul means, and the sheriffs would look at if they could charge anyone with the crime. There again, it's just very up in the air.
That'd be hard to prove, though. It's been so far removed.
Right. So just kind of a weird, I can't imagine what somebody thinks of when they're opening up their wall and they find that.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Baby ghosts.
Baby ghosts. Baby spooky old time ghosts. Yeah. So this next story is very recent. Actually, at the time of recording this, it just happened yesterday. It wasn't one that I planned on talking about, but God damn it, this is a what the fuck. And it's local.
Oh, no.
Recently, a 2-day sting operation over the last, few days. Washington State Patrol partnered with agencies in the area to catch child predators. And there were 4 men arrested here in Pierce County for allegedly attempting to meet up with underage minors for the purpose of sex. One of these men is a local firefighter and EMT.
Oh my God.
You done fucked up.
You done fucked up.
Wow.
Right. I'm not going to mention his name because the news source does. And it was kind of odd to me because they only mention his name, not the other 3 men who were picked up. Only his name.
Yeah. Well, because he's a firefighter, so.
Right. No, he's definitely like somebody prominent in the community. Yeah. He's worked for the fire department since 1998.
Yeah.
Had a very long career. But they released his name. I don't feel like I need to because it's out there. So the link that we'll provide has his name, but it just doesn't make sense to me that they would release his name and not the other 3 because they're all being charged with the same thing. Yeah. Anyways, so we all love to watch To Catch a Predator. I mean,
oh yeah,
that show is a guilty pleasure, and as creepy as it is, there's just the sense of justice when he comes in and he's like, "Hey, who were you trying to meet today?"
Yeah. Well, not even just that, just to talk to them, like what's going on in their mind, what's their state of mind. Right.
Well, and I kudos to him because I couldn't do it.
And
I'd
then the
punch
satisfaction to be like, yeah, you could go.
Right. You go ahead. Bye.
See you later. Yeah. And then the bad boys are outside.
Right.
Yeah. There's like YouTube vigilantes that do that type of stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, I've seen it. I mean, it definitely, and it happens in every community. I mean, they have agencies that do this all over the place.
No, these are just like regular people though, like YouTube,
right?
People that have YouTube channels. Like I know I've watched one that was because I missed my To Catch a Predator fish. So
right? Yeah.
There's one out of Texas. And he has a pretty big channel, but I don't watch it like regularly.
So, I mean, some of those are like some of the agencies, but there's actually people who are just like civilians who do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
how do they make arrests?
They don't make arrests.
They hand over the information.
Yeah. And then they put it on the YouTube channel.
Oh, so they really call people out.
Yeah. They meet them and they start talking to them. They're like, oh yeah, hey, how are the Cowboys going to do this year? You know what I mean? And just start making conversation. And well, then they're just like, they're, oh, so what are you doing here? Oh no, I was just gonna. No, I'm not doing. Oh, you were here to meet a 13-year-old boy.
I was just seeing.
No, I wasn't. No.
Right.
I wasn't here to meet. No, because they'll do it at like a Walmart or something. Yeah. They'll meet them at somewhere public, so they don't make a scene. But they're there to make the scene. I don't know. It's kind of fucked up, but
it is.
But also, you done fucked up for doing it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, I don't really have any sympathy for people who get caught doing that. Because you know damn well what the intention is.
Oh, yeah.
You can't lie that away.
And it's bad.
Right.
Because you're
being shady and sneaky. Exactly.
It's not until you get called out, you're like,
Right. Right. How do you justify that? You don't.
You don't.
Right. So this was set up like similar to Catch a Predator. Of course, the men show up at this, random location, and it was in Tacoma. There was, like I said, 4 of them all together. They got arrested. They were in contact with a person online who was supposed to be 2 13-year-old girls that they were supposed to be meeting for sex.
Okay.
Right. So when the men show up, of course, it's police, not 13-year-old girls.
Yeah. So
what kills me is like 2 of these guys were 52 years old. 50 fucking 2 years old. You've had children that have been 13. You've had grandchildren at that point who are 13 possibly. you're like dick scum. I hate you. It's gross. There was one that was 34 and there's one that was 22 of the 4 that were arrested. And none of those ages is appropriate for what you were trying to do.
No.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Not even close.
Not even close. So they were arrested and charged with 2nd-degree attempted rape of a child and communication with a minor for immoral purposes. And the news article that I caught this off of stated the fire department employee was on leave, of course, and was out on bail. So he made bail, and this is all being investigated. So these are, he's allegedly, yeah. We can't say that he's convicted and he actually.
He has been arrested.
Right. They're investigating. He has not been tried. So my what the fuck happened, thought came through though. Are you not on the inside somehow that you could have researched, hey, when are they doing these sting operations? So let me not get caught.
No, I maybe not.
Fire department.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
but the fire department works locally with the sheriffs for training. I'm sure you have a buddy who could have given you some inside information. I'm sure there was a way. I feel like there was a way that
maybe
he
they
could
don't
have
like
found
him.
that out.
maybe they done knew.
Obviously for good
maybe
reason.
They knew.
They said, we're targeting this dude.
Right?
I know you on some weird shit.
I just thought it was odd that you work for a government, a local government agency,
and you're still stupid.
You're still stupid, and that's in cooperation with police authorities.
Yeah.
Why would you not think to try to figure out when this was going to happen and avoid it, or just not do it at all because you're a scumbag?
Either you're still stupid or you think you can get your way out of it because of the boys club.
And you're even more stupid.
Yeah, well, that didn't work. He was arrested, so there is no boys club in this, which thankfully there's not. So there's that. That was some fuckery. Like I said, that just literally happened, so I'm sure there will be some more information released. Maybe possibly the other 3 gentlemen's names will be released to the public soon. Maybe they haven't made bail and that's why they haven't released the name. I don't know. So our next story has been the subject of much discussion over the past few years. It's been all over the news. It's been discussed on podcasts, YouTube. The only reason we're not covering it in a regular episode is because it doesn't take place in the Pacific Northwest. It takes place on the East Coast. And this is the murder of Katie Fusco, who was born Denise Pladel, and her adopted father and her baby. So they were all 3 murdered in 2018. So I'm going to summarize this because there's some shit. So in 1995, 15-year-old Alyssa Garcia met Stephen Pladel, who was 20 at the time. They met online, chatted it up, hit it off. He comes out from New York to meet up with her while she lived in Texas. Her parents were not hot on this, bullshit because she was a minor.
Yeah.
But she got pregnant. They welcomed a baby, that is Denise, in 1998. And then after that, they got married. So Stephen became very abusive at that point to both Alyssa and the baby. His behavior was unpredictable. He would fly off the handle about anything. And Alyssa said that she really just never knew when he was going to, fucking rage. So she decided that because of this and because they were young, didn't really have any money, that they would give Denise up for adoption. And that's how her name was changed to Katie. So years go by, Katie becomes an adult. She's 18. She graduates. She decides that she wants to get in touch with her biological parents. And they reconnected online. She decided for whatever reason that she was going to move to Virginia to live with Stephen and Alyssa. And at that point, the couple had 2 other daughters that were much younger. And these are her full biological sisters. So things are going well. She found a birth parent. She has 2 younger sisters. She gets enrolled in college. And meanwhile, Alyssa and Stephen, they're not doing so well. Their marriage is shit at this point, mostly because he was abusive. And so Alyssa moves out of the house in 2016. She has joint custody of the 2 younger daughters after she divorced Stephen. So Stephen and Katie, so Katie being the daughter that they gave up for adoption, began an incestuous relationship.
Oh.
Which resulted in her getting pregnant by her dad.
Oh.
Ew.
Gross. He's telling the 2 younger daughters to call Katie their stepmom.
Oh.
No.
Yes. And when Alyssa finds out about all of this, she calls the police to report them. As she should. Nothing happens at that time. And then there's more. Stephen and Katie were able to get married in 2017.
What?
Where? In Virginia?
Maryland.
Oh, okay.
So her adopted parents and his parents were their witnesses. Everyone fucking lied just to let this happen because they didn't know what to do. So they figured if it would be better to be able to like have contact and be involved than to piss off everybody and basically not have contact with the couple. So they didn't want to cut ties and they didn't know what to do. So they just went ahead and celebrated this marriage and were okay with it.
Okay.
Right. So they lied on their license, of course, and said that they weren't related. Being that she was legally adopted and her name was changed, nobody put 2 and 2 together, apparently. And then she had a son. So eventually they were arrested in 2018 in January for incest. There's a no contact order that's put in place, so they're not supposed to have anything to do with one another. What I don't fucking understand is Stephen's mom was granted custody of the baby. So his mom that was okay with him marrying his daughter, her granddaughter.
They lied for him.
That lied for him is given custody of the baby. That's a result of this incest.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. And then Katie went back to live with her adopted parents, but they were like, she was close enough to be able to drive down and visit the baby twice a week. Yeah. So obviously like mental stability is in question here. And it really should have put everyone on red alert when it came to Stephen, given his like history. And what he may do. Nobody like knows why, but he got it in his head on April 11th of 2018 to kidnap and kill his son. His mom tried to play dumb and like called the police afterwards and said that he said that he was going to take the baby to go visit the baby's mom. You have a no contact order. So if he came and took the baby and he wasn't supposed to have the baby, you should have called the police when that happened. Because he wasn't supposed to have the baby and he's not supposed to be in contact with his daughter, who is the baby's mom.
Well, they weren't supposed to get married in the first place, but she didn't care.
Right. She didn't fucking care about that either. So she doesn't care. She doesn't call the police until afterwards. The baby's already been killed.
What in the hell?
Yeah.
Why? What is this dude's problem?
He took the baby back to his house, killed it, left it in a closet, called his mom and told her he killed the baby and not to go over to the house. Yes. So then he knew that the following day, Katie and her adopted father were driving over to see the baby. So this would be April 12th.
Oh my
He caught up with them at a stop sign by the house, shot both of them, and then he turned the gun on himself and killed himself. Nobody has any fucking clue why, other than he was obviously mentally ill. Like
Just
so many
little.
questions. Yeah.
Are we sure he wasn't on like acid or anything?
There's no history of drug abuse that's listed anywhere.
You know, it was the nanny.
It's the nanny. Yeah. The nanny. Zanny, the nanny.
Yeah, it was her.
Yeah. It definitely sounds like some crazy ass shit that would come out of Florida. But yeah. So they like nobody has any answers. He's literally ruined everyone's life. You know,
multiple times
with his crazy behavior and then this. Yeah, it's a horrible, like, what the fuck story. And it really, it's 2021 and you think incest shouldn't happen. It obviously does. It like clearly still does. This is 2018. I don't understand why.
I just don't even have a response. I was gonna say that escalated quickly when you were like, yeah, he shot them. And I was like, but it didn't really escalate quickly. It
really didn't.
never stopped escalating.
Right. It definitely was a complete what the fuck. Just unimaginable that would happen. But all right, so our last what the fuck is somewhat lighthearted fuckery. So we're going to end on a better note. So in November of 2018, Pennsylvania police got a visit from a mother, Sharice Jones, and her 12-year-old son. And I can totally just imagine she's done with this kid's shit. Like, she's had it. They're supposed to be going to a dentist appointment. Her son is refusing to go into the building when they get there. He's not having it. He's not getting his teeth cleaned. She's not going to make him. He's fucking done. He climbs on the hood of the car.
Oh my God.
And he's refusing to go into the building because he doesn't want to go to the dentist, Mara.
So he goes on the hood of the car?
Hood of the car.
Why don't you just run or something? I don't know. Get back in the car?
Get back in the car and lock the doors.
I have questions.
We go onto the hood.
We go onto the hood and we tell our moms that we're not going in to the dentist for the dentist appointment.
I'm going to do that next time.
Try me. You're 18. It's no longer child abuse.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Try me. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure she was just fucking done. And she decides that what she's going to do is teach him a lesson. She gets in that car and she drives this kid 2 miles to the police precinct while he's on the hood of the car.
Oh, girl, you really didn't think that one out, but okay.
Not so much. No. So it was said, and I can't confirm, like nobody can confirm actually what speed limit she was going, but the roads that she traveled, the speed limit was 40. So she could have been going 40 miles an hour in traffic.
With her kid
with
on
her son
hood.
on the hood of the car.
Nice.
And I picture in my head, I have been angry many times enough to possibly do something like this in the heat of the moment. And I can imagine myself being like, okay, fine, you want to fucking play? We're going to play. I'm going to drive you to the police and the police are going to get your ass because I'm done with you. And if you won't get in the car, I'm just going to take you there any way that I fucking can.
No.
Yes.
No.
I can imagine myself being that mad.
No way.
Okay.
Have you met us?
Do you know me?
Do you know your daughters?
Do
We
you know
push
me?
buttons.
I would not do that. I would, if there was a kid refusing to get in a car, and I just wouldn't even be able to drive off.
I'd walk home.
Right?
The kid can stay on the car. I'd walk.
Okay.
I don't need to get arrested today top of...
I mean, you're right. That's really not going to help you. So the two make it to the police, and Sharice readily admits that she drove with her son on the hood of the car to the police station. And she says that she wanted to, she needed their help to get her child to cooperate. And she thought this was going to be the way to do it. What ended up happening was they arrested her and they charged her with a felony of endangering the welfare of a child and a misdemeanor charge of reckless endangerment.
As they should.
I mean, rightly so, yes. I'm not saying it was right. I'm just saying I can put myself in her shoes.
No.
When you're angry, you're angry. And you know, I could do it. She posted bail, and sentencing at the time was done. So I don't know what her sentence was though. Because it's a local court, you really can't get that information very much. So, yeah, unfortunately, it didn't end well for her. I'm sure the kid was like, I told you I wasn't going to the dentist. I'm not going today. You can't make me. And haha, now you're in trouble. And just imagine.
What would have happened if she actually went to jail and then hey, yo, girl, what you in for?
Right.
My kid was on the hood of the car and I just kept driving.
Yeah.
Child endangerment.
To the police.
And
I admitted that
And I
shit.
snitched on myself.
And I do it again.
Right. I just reschedule the dentist appointment. There's no need for it. Just reschedule. They'll understand.
Maybe they had a tight schedule.
They don't want to see your kid that doesn't want to come in any more than you want to deal with the bullshit.
Maybe this was the second time she...
It could have been.
Maybe it was like the
rescheduled
fourth time.
Well, maybe
and he just wanted to make a point. I ain't going to the dentist.
How about you slip your kids some Dimetap so they go night-night time and you take them to the dentist?
That's expensive.
Dimetap?
Yeah.
No. Dimetap is cheap.
Oh.
I'm questioning
Especially
how
the
we're
Walmart
alive.
brand. I have never drugged you. Don't start.
You're saying some things.
Dramamine.
Dimetap, Benadryl, Dramamine. These are all legal ways to make a child sleepy and cooperative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, parenting advice.
This conversation is awfully immoral.
You heard it here first. We're the best parents ever.
Ever.
I've never drugged any of you guys ever to get my way. Trust me, if I thought it would work, I would have done it.
No, because we're probably even more combative when we're sleepy.
Oh, yeah, we're
that's
probably
kind of the
even
thing.
worse.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing is I would have had to have carried a kid, and carrying 3 kids is not fun for one person.
Hold my pocket.
Okay, well, you were too big to carry by that point. Your hand had to go in my pocket. Yeah, sorry. 2 car seats and a toddler. Man, I was in such great shape. Maybe I need to start lifting car seats again.
Maybe.
Or small children.
Small child. I don't have small children, okay? I can get a car seat easier than I can get a small child right now.
But what are you going to put in the car seat to make it heavy?
A watermelon.
A watermelon, a bag of flour, a dog. Put a dog in a carrier.
Okay, the
I
3
have a
little
dog.
ones are not going to do anything. Maybe Roscoe.
They weigh like 2 pounds.
That's not true. I'll put all 3 of them in together. They'll love it. They'll think it's a
new bed.
a go bye-bye ride. I don't know. They won't
Go
know.
bye-bye, right?
Go bye-bye ride. We're going to go bye-bye. Oh, I shouldn't say that too.
They're all
loud.
passed out.
They're all passed
They're all out.
All right, guys, that's all we got. We want to thank you for tuning in during our 6 weeks of What the Fuck Wednesday episodes. And we can't wait to get back to the regular season starting on April 2nd. Thank you again for all of the support you've shown us. And until next time, take care, guys.